Just a few hours ago, about 60-mile-per-hour winds tore through this area. As you can see, this gas price sign has fallen down, shattered its entire foundation. All of these bricks were laying here in the road. I'm here on 4th Avenue. This large tree has fallen down. It's just one of the instances of the damage here in the city. If you take a look, this tree goes all the way out here into the roadway, which is one of the main problems we're seeing here this morning. I also spoke with one of the younger boys who was here. As we said, there were 10 people inside. 6 of them were kids, 4 were adults, but that young boy was the closest to the front porch where the fire started. People from this church to see how all of these pumpkins right here at the pumpkin patch are making a difference in the lives of children right here in our community. Federal authorities have confirmed an explosive device was detonated outside an Air Force recruiting center near Tulsa, Oklahoma late last night. The final death toll from Italy's devastating avalanche stands at 29 after a week of search efforts. This morning, the final bodies were pulled out of the rubble of a hotel crushed by tons of snow. North Korea just made the announcement that it could launch an intercontinental ballistic missile at any time and any place North Korean leader Kim Jong-un chooses. There is an ongoing investigation into the actions of the officer. For now, he has been placed on administrative leave. As for Kane, he was released of any charges and given a court date for an outstanding warrant from Fresno. Natural disasters and terrorist attacks can happen anywhere at any time, and it's the first responders that are called on when they do. Today, first responders from the local, state, and federal level met at the Guardian Center for a large-scale crisis response exercise to prepare, but they had a little help from new advanced technologies.
With the technology we got now, they can get into tight areas and search for victims and just give us a better idea of what we've got on multi-story floors.
Drones and robots were used to help first responders in crisis scenarios, including an F4 tornado, a subway terror attack, and a flooded residential neighborhood.
For example, a drone operating a surveillance camera connected to the Verizon 4G LTE network is able to do command and control operation in a safe and effective way in a potential dangerous area without having to send a first responder in.
This event was the first of its kind and the first time many of these responders had the opportunity to work with the new technology, which assists in saving time and lives.
Without these, we would have to actually go in and get to the areas that they can go in and search. And with that, as you see behind us, it takes a little time. We've got to actually shore the building before we can advance up to additional floors.
Reporting in Perry, Emily Swecker, WGXA News. Throughout the spring, you'll see many people taking advantage of the Okmulgee National Monument.
National parks as a whole are usually a big draw nationwide.
Jim David, superintendent at the park, says visitation is already up 20% from last year's record high.
And it seems like once people come out here for 1 or 2 events, then all of a sudden they're eager to come to see what else we're doing. And so by kind of word of mouth and so forth, our visitation just continually is growing, which is very exciting.
Maine resident Susan Bodike is touring parks across the country with her husband, and they stumbled upon the monument after deciding to travel the country once they retired.
We have a national park passport book, and so we try to find places of interest in it.
Over the years, Bodike has seen many national parks, and she says they have a great impact on the economy. She witnessed a town in her home state benefit from the new Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument.
An area that had been really depressed because the paper mills had shut down is now starting to thrive. It's bringing up property values, it's bringing business in.
Not having to build factories and so forth. It's a clean kind of tour of economic impact.
A new National Park Service report shows that in 2016, more than 160,000 visitors to Okmulgee National Monument spent nearly $10 million in communities near the park, and that spending alone supported 160 jobs. But as for the Bodikes, they say they'll continue their journey in hopes of visiting as many national parks and monuments as they can.
We've met some really nice people here and seen things that we never would have seen had we not come to see these parks and monuments.
Word Chapel AME Church has been a beacon of light in Macon for more than 150 years, and now the historic church is beginning a revival, starting with welcoming its new pastor, Reverend Livornia Franklin Jr.
We're the gateway of the city. We're one of the mother churches of the city. Therefore, it's not only is a legacy, but it's great history. This the first black-owned and operated church in our city, and it still is, and we are thankful for it. So that's the reason why we're here, to tell Macon that we're still alive, we're vibrant, and this is the place where new life begins.
Wanda West has been a member of Stewart Chapel for more than 40 years, and she hopes the revival will bring new life to the church.
From this revival, we are hoping that it is the kickoff for more programs, more impact, that it is, in fact, a way to embrace the community in a way that many will want to come here and serve God.
Since opening its doors in 1865, the church has fought for religious and social freedom and has played host to Martin Luther King Jr. as he delivered his famous speech, "There is no East and no West." It is one of the mother churches of downtown Macon and is continuing to celebrate its history while empowering its future.
That would mean that we've been a catalyst for this community, and we still are. We're still doing some of the same things we did back then, but now we're asking folks to come to see what's new in downtown.
West, along with other members of Stewart Chapel, have one prayer for the future of their church.
To continue 150 plus years of legacy.
In Macon, Emily Swecker, WGXA News.
Good evening, and thanks for watching WGXA News at 10. I'm Emily Swecker. A round of severe storms last night brought dangerous conditions to Middle Georgia. New at 10, WGXA's meteorologist Matt Mackey is live in Storm Track Central with a look at the damage from a now confirmed tornado in Bibb County. And happening now, a Macon artist is hitting the national stage with an original composition, but it's her age that will surprise you the most. Developing now, deputies are investigating a suspicious death in West Bibb County. Tonight, Coroner Leon Jones tells us a man was found dead at the Roadway Inn Motel on Romiser Road last night.